Are you afraid of Russia? A lot has been going on in the world, but here at Garand Thumb, we are here to provide non-biased, non-political information. We are here to do a test on the current modern Russian military helmet. Now, these are quite often, if you're not familiar, Russia has actually done quite a bit to modernize its military fighting force with the Shrapnel kit. Here we have the 6B47, which is the modern Aramid, which is a Kevlar type fiber helmet. And we're going to see what types of rounds, what types of protection it's going to actually offer. Today on Garand Thumb, we use science to prove facts. But before we do that, we of course have to thank the biggest sponsor of the channel. The biggest sponsor of the channel is
the Plowing Doors Institute.
The Sonoran Desert Institute. A big thank you to them. If you're looking to get your start in gunsmithing, to have a good time, prefer to pursue your dreams, right, Charlie?
If you want to.
Don't let your dreams become memes, guys. A big thank you to the Sonoran Desert Institute. And of course we have what, Micah?
Primary Arms. And apparently they're the best optics east of Egypt and west of North Korea.
Anyhow, Primary Arms, big sponsor. We have to thank them so much for their support of the channel. And of course, all ammunition and the tests done today are provided for by AAC, America's Ammunition Company. Unlike your phone that you're watching this on, they are actually made in America, so go and give them your support. But, ladies, gentlemen, often forgotten, but most certainly not by me, OpScore helmets. Let's get into it. So right here we have the modern Russian military helmet. A lot of improvements have been made from previous examples that have been mass issued to the military. And in many ways, it looks like a modern ECH. The thing that's really surprising to me when you first pick up one of these helmets, the 6B47, is how light it is. I do have a lot of questions about the type of protection that it offers. So one thing that we have to talk about before we kind of get into the test is that military helmets aren't mass issued ones especially, aren't specifically made to stop rifle rounds. Primarily, the goal is to stop shrapnel from artillery, indirect fire. Of course, modern helmets like the ECH that was widely issued in the United States military will stop rifle rounds. However, that wasn't the intended purpose, and they weren't always rated for it. Obviously, there are rifle-rated helmets that are currently out there, such as from OpScore or several other companies. But in general, mass-issued, Army military helmets are not typically to that standard. Today we're going to be starting with a couple different tests to see what this is capable of. We're not going to be rocking straight out to a rifle round. We're going to be walking it up to try to test the actual rating that it might be at. I believe this will probably fall somewhere within about the level 2, level 2A, somewhere around there, which is about up to a 44 Magnum. And we'll see. So we'll go ahead and we'll show you what we're going to be testing right here. Now, unfortunately, grenades are incredibly hard to get for whatever reason. So the first test we'll be using is going to be SPAL. When a rifle round impacts steel, it's going to splinter apart. We're going to get a bunch of very high velocity small rounds. We're going to be testing to see if this helmet is able to stop them. It is kind of our go-to first test when it comes to helmets. Charlie, do you have anything else to offer of value?
No,
value?
I'm just really excited to do this test. Slava Manaba.
All right, first test that we have, SPAL from a rifle. All right, take 2. Okay, we need to move it forward. Look at all the pepper. All right, push it forward a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's try that again.
Jesus.
We're great at this. Our guy got a little chewed up where the helmet wasn't protecting him, obviously. He's fine, though. He's fine, right?
His head?
So obviously this isn't as high velocity shrapnel, but what it does show is, I mean, you can see where it impacted on the helmet, and we have 0 penetration through there, obviously. No bulging of any kind. It is completely good to go. The minimal protection required.
Yeah.
Next up, we have 22. It should stop 22.
A little kiss.
Yeah, a little kiss. looks like it was right there. And we have, oh yeah, you can see the little bulge right there. Yeah, it's completely fine.
Show me your bulge
now.
real quick.
You can see the jacket where it's separated right there. It looks like it hit the mount and just disintegrated.
I
Looks
wonder
like
if the mount is stronger.
The mount is just like a +2 to armor. You know, one thing I do want to say is that the helmet cover that it comes with is actually quite nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Should we try shooting it on the side?
With a 22?
Yeah.
We can do that. We're gonna be shooting the side of the helmet now to get like actual impact on the aramid material. There's a little impact right through there. We have a nice little
pocket. What would you put in there?
little pocket, I don't know. And you can see where it's scored into the Kevlar. That's the 2 bolts for the rail. Stopped it, no problem. I wouldn't really expect a problem with it stopping 22. Next up, we're trying to go over threats that might be encountered by these Russian helmets right here. So for no particular reason, we have the standard handgun of the United States military. We have the M18 SIG, it's a 9mm. That's also a very common caliber that could be run into in any conflict. So we'll see how the helmet does. What are you doing? All right, we have the SIG M18.
Ayo.
He's fine though. This is why the buckle matters, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. So that's probably where this little mark came from.
He's probably a little concussed.
So that is some what we call back face deformation. So in terms of helmets, a round can be stopped. However, if you have a deformation on the inside of the helmet that's too big, that will obviously push in your brain and still kill you. This is that's pretty close to killing you, if not killing you. Now, because there's so much openness on a whole lot of pads, you might be okay, but that's, point is, this is definitely survivable, right? It's like, would you rather get shot in the head or would you rather, have a really bad headache? So 100% the helmet did its job. I'm really interested what the 44 Magnum is going to do.
Straight through.
Yeah, this
Really?
fool dead.
Try to hit the little front piece.
Next up, we have the 44 Magnum. This is definitely a standard that most helmets should be held to. I think it's gonna stop it. I don't know if it's survivable, but it's going to stop it. It's gonna catch it, but probably not enough to. Okay, there's a nice little gouge in his head right there. Probably going to have some significant back face deformation. I can feel it on the back. That's actually not as bad as I'd think. It's significant. It's going to be a.
Did it hit the mount?
I'm interested to know if it hit the mount. Oh no, right above it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we got it right on the Kevlar, and the Kevlar did stop it.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's not. I mean, to be clear, that is life-threatening back face deformation. But so far, the helmet is stopping that. So that's not terrible performance right there. I'm actually kind of surprised, given how lightweight the helmet is, that it's able to withstand so much. So 44 Magnum, not too bad.
Yeah, it really, I don't know. Their head shapes are a little bit different too. Have you noticed they're like a little bit like square as it gets towards the top, and then they got the tiny eyes? Do you think that would play a role at all?
Probably dead.
I think he would have died.
Yeah, he's dead for sure. That's a soft spot right there in the forehead too.
It's a soft spot on babies, not on like grown men.
Just, no, sometimes it doesn't develop. We
do have probably one of the most common rifles that's going to be encountered by this helmet, which is an AK-74M. So this is firing a 5.45 by 39, probably one of the most common rounds in use in many former Soviet bloc countries, and we're gonna see what the potential is. We're gonna be stepping back to 50 for this one and taking the shot, probably do a side shot and see what the type of pen. Did you hear that ricochet?
Yeah, I
got his ass.
Interesting. Okay, that's an exit wound right there. So, looks like that was the entry, and it went clean through, yeah. So, you can see where the bullet passed through. Due to the height on the helmet of the suspension system, it only made superficial contact with the skull that was inside that helmet.
Yeah,
that's lucky right there. That's just really freaking lucky.
Job.
Oof. That was close.
Yeah.
That's pretty definitive at this point. Yeah, let's do 5.56. So another common round that could possibly be encountered would be 5.56. Obviously there are exotic military rounds, which we do have here just in case, but I would say probably the most commonly encountered is going to be a simple 55 grain. We'll go ahead and give that a shot. Should we try that at 50 as well? All right, we have a Block 2 M4. We're going to give it a shot. So I can see the exit right there. You see that? Yeah, it looks like it went in and deflected. Yeah, so high hit on it, but again, a straight through and through on this guy.
Look at me, I got 2 dads.
I'm gonna try like a lower shot and see if I can get like a direct impact through the head so it'll look cool in slow-mo. This is a somewhat larger helmet. It might not be fitting the head very well.
Look how good, watch. Tell me, say Charlie, get some attitude.
Charlie, get some attitude.
Okay, this isn't a good example at all. All right, we're gonna try a shotgun 12 gauge because you know what? Pretty ubiquitous and they're everywhere. So we have a double op buck from a 12 gauge shotgun.
Oh yeah, look at that. Dude.
Oh yeah, that back face deformation was pretty significant again. I don't think we had any penetration from any of the buck.
Really? You just cracked his skull that bad?
I think, yeah, but that's
yeah,
headache.
that looks like it's purely from a, yeah, I don't see a pelt that
No,
entered.
there isn't. It's just a little, so you got a cut?
Well, yeah, just a little cut. Just you just got that back face deformation because it hit it so much umph and force. We could pull off the helmet cover here. Let's take a look. So there's all the double op buck impacting. But yeah, we don't have penetration from buck, which is good. Good to know that you're protected from a random farmer with a 12 gauge.
This is also something, this could be fixed. If like in that movie Master and Commander, you just take one of these out and then you take a Sacagawea coin and you put it right there.
Well, we have the VC61, which is the Skorpion, but if you play GoldenEye, it's Clob. Therefore, it's clobbering time. 32 ACP, teeny little guy. Oh, it didn't even care. Yeah, it didn't even. This doesn't even matter. You can see the impacts, a little 32 ACP, and we have the previous back face deformation. But I mean, 32 ACP is a fairly anemic round. As you can see, it's stopping a lot of the more common threats that we've been able to see, not rifle rounds. Right here we have M855 Alpha 1, which is a current issued United States military round out of a short-barreled SIG MCX Sphere LT, which is, funny enough, being used all over the world. So we'll give that a shot and see how it does. Little piece of jacket flew off and hit me. Hit right at the bottom of the Kevlar right there, and predictably he got Abe Lincoln, dude.
Oh, Abe Lincoln.
I know.
Yo, he got RFK, dude.
A lot of people have talked about like the Russian military helmets being absolutely terrible. They're not great, but they're not just toys. Obviously, they're still made to be able to withstand a lot of the common things that are going to be encountered as far as what a military helmet should be able to protect from at a most basic level. That being said, towards the end of the conflict, at least in the global war and terror for the military, the ECH was the primary helmet, which was an incredible helmet capable of stopping rifle rounds. This is certainly a lot more anemic compared to that, but I guess it's good to know what these are capable of and what they're not capable of. And what they're not capable of is rifle rounds. Here, put the airsoft helmet on it. As a little treat, we have an airsoft helmet right here.
Look at this nerds come over, dude. God, Mike, stop playing.
I'm interested to see if the airsoft helmet is actually heavier.
Oh, gross.
I don't think it'll stop 9, but I think it'll stop 22.
You think it'll stop 22?
Yeah.
Get 22 on a airsoft helmet. Yeah, it looks like it was just.
Oh, is that just styrofoam inside?
Yeah, it's just.
That's not going to protect you from a gunshot.
Why is it so heavy?
Well, that brings us to the end of the testing on the Russian military helmet, the modern one. It's not great. It's not terrible though.
Depends
There's
on
worse helmets.
It depends on how you define great, though, right? A lot of it didn't go through.
Yeah, but the metric of a good helmet is not stopping around. The metric of a good helmet is not having crazy back face deformation. And we do have to point out, there are really good Russian military helmets. A lot of these special operations forces are using helmets from different manufacturers that are performing much better, that are performing close to a level 3, a level 3A, and that do great. So understand that although this helmet wasn't great in its performance, that the manufacturing capability is there. So don't take this to mean that this is the complete capability of the Russian military.
It did what it needed to do. It stopped. It wasn't built for rifle rounds.
No.
Shrapnel, it did.
It stopped shrapnel. I don't know about the 44. I would maybe level 2. Maybe the real head trauma was the 44 Magnum we had along the way. As cool as these helmets are, you're still gonna die if you pop your head up because you don't have training. You don't know what you should be. Jesus, what you should be doing. So make sure you get out there and get training. Tons of great people to get training from. Not Charlie. Bear Solutions, Haley Strategic, soon to be Onward Research, of course. Get out there, get training, and as always, guys.
This is my favorite part.
I've got nothing else for you.
Mike, look. They're reusable.